And guess what, kids? It's time to go racing again. Heat 3B of Unlimited Boat Racing for the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup. Here are the boats. Boy, these guys are fast. Graham Trucking, Bucket List Racing, Performance Tools, Boitano, Oberto, and Sahara Pizza. These are the boats. Unlimited Racing Heat 3B of the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup.
Heat 3B in the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup is presented by Electrolux and Frigidaire. Find great savings on Electrolux and Frigidaire appliances at Albert Lee. And is presented for Seafair by your Western Washington Hyundai dealers.
We've got a little over 3 minutes before these boats hit the starting line, and so they have a little time to jockey for position out here. Starter clock, by the way, brought to you by, as it has been all weekend long, J.P. Morgan Chase, a proud sponsor of Seafair. Chase, making it easy for your personal and business banking needs to start and run strong. 82 degrees, again, just a slight wind and a little chop out on the water, but now look at all those boats that have started to move up toward the log boom. It is going to be that much rougher as the day goes on. Here are the drivers who will contend with those water conditions. J. Michael Kelly, he's got a couple of wins under his belt already this weekend in the Graham Trucking boat. Kelly Stockland has been looking for a little luck. Maybe he'll get it here. Mike Webster in the Performance Tools Boitano boat. And J. Michael, Chris has been following him in the pits.
Okay, Steve, well, here it is. The showdown with the Oberto boat. You might remember back to yesterday's Heat 1A. They were in the same heat, but the incident with Dave Vilwalk took the Oberto out of it. Now this is a showdown, and I talked to J. Michael's crew. He said they want the inside lane. It's going to be up to J. Michael and the spotter to make sure he gets that starting position on the inside to take the Oberto.
Yeah, we tend to forget it's not always just the pilot of the boat. It's all the supporting cast around him. Here are the rest of the drivers. There's the Oberto boat with Jimmy Shane at the controls and Dave Warren driving the pizza wagon. Alexis Smith has been following that Oberto boat, and they've been working all weekend to get it faster and get it repaired.
Yeah, of course, they had to patch up everything that happened with the collision yesterday, but they're feeling pretty confident. They're happy with how fast their boat is. They're confident in their driver. They've got the same policy as Zimmerman right next door. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So no changes, basically. They feel good going into this one, too.
And I think the other thing they would say is don't go out there and break it this time, because we want to get to the championship heat here at Seafair and have a chance to win that cup. We are live around the world on CairoTV.com. And now, hear the voice of Unlimited Hydroplane Racing, Mark Allen.
Thank you, Steve. Just a little over a minute to go in the score-up period. And coming up the backstretch, you've got the Boitano Homes Performance Tool, Mike Webster. They're a little bit early, and in fact, J. Michael Kelly slowed way down. He may have gotten a warning that he had gone too slow, but he's cut through the infield, and Dave Warren is now starting to cut through the infield as well.
Remember, J. Michael, though, did this the last heat he was in, waited till the end, took that long sweeping move back across the infield, and then got up to speed and just blew everybody's doors off coming down the front straightaway.
And he did. He was trying to get lane number 1. You could see he didn't. He's in lane number 2. It looks like the Oberto will be in lane 1. Graham Trucking will be in lane 2. You can see the Oberto's wake and a little bit of his rooster tail. Kelly Stockland on the outside. That is his preferred position in that smaller boat with the smaller turbine engine. 14 seconds to go. They're in pretty good shape right now for a good run to the start, Chip.
You know, if I were Graham Trucking or Oberto, they really don't need to win this heat. I wouldn't show my hand.
You got somebody lagging way behind. That's Dave Warren, but a big zero shows up just before the boats cross the line, and the two boats leading them down to the south turn side by side. On the inside, the Oberto. On the outside of him is J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking. And then back to Mike Webster in the Boitano Homes and Performance Tools. Halfway up the backstretch now, Chip. Looks like Jimmy Shane is going to show Michael Kelly around the race course.
Here's what to watch for in these 3 laps. If the Graham Trucking with J. Michael Kelly can stay with him, just stay with him on the outside, that means that they know they can beat him from the inside. So let's see how close he can stay to the Oberto, and that's going to tell him a lot.
Jimmy Shane and the Oberto comes down end of lap number 1. You're looking at J. Michael Kelly chasing him just about a rooster tail behind the Oberto and 1 lane out from them, and then it's a long ways back to Mike Webster. The Oberto flying down the front straightaway and into the south turn. Mike Kelly follows him on the outside, still about a full rooster tail. It's a little deceiving because of that skid fin rooster tail. Lasts a long time. We'll see how they do going up the backstretch, Chip, but it's still about a full rooster tail.
I think the crew is telling J. Michael Kelly, just let him go. This doesn't mean anything. We've got points for the final. The big paycheck is in the final. Let him go, and let's figure out how to get the inside from him for the final.
Top of the turn, north turn, floating bridge in behind, and J. Michael Kelly trying to reel in a little bit, but he's going wide this time on the turn. You can see how far the separation is in terms of the lanes. He's out in about lane number 5, and Jimmy Shane in lane number 1 at the end of lap 2. Great shot of what the air under the boat looks like as they walk those sponsons down the front straightaway and into the south turn for the 3rd time around. Chip, it looks like he is just going to let him go, finish 2nd, have a good day, get back on the trailer, set up for the final.
Yep, and then they're going to sit there and they're going to go over probably our video. Everybody, how can we get the inside away from this guy? Jimmy Shane's a master at getting it, but we have to figure it out. We have to figure what he's thinking and get there before he does.
So Jimmy Shane with a substantial lead coming into the final turn here. North turn of the race course, the Ted Jones race course here on Lake Washington. Past that yellow exit buoy and down the front straightaway, looking for the checkered flag. It is Jimmy Shane in the Oh Boy Oberto. Finishes first. J. Michael Kelly and the Graham Trucking will follow him across the line. And then it's going to be a little while, Chip. It's Mike Webster just coming off the turn now as we watch J. Michael Kelly come down the front straightaway, slow down, and he will cool down and end up in 2nd place this afternoon in Heat 3B.
J. Michael's a clever guy. There you see Mike Webster, a real family or organization. They don't have a lot of money behind them. It's family money. Dad works on the boat, and hats off to guys like that because it's what keeps racing going.
And they have this boat that we're looking at actually was an Oh Boy Oberto. There's David Warren in the Sahara Pizza.
He used to be a rescue diver right here in Seattle.
Yeah, and drove, well, still does drive Grand Prix as well. So we're looking at Graham Trucking and J. Michael Kelly. Already, Chip, I'll bet he's starting to strategize for that final heat in lane 1.
No question. And I'll bet you the conversation is already on the radio. He may be saying, okay, I saw what he did. I think I can counter it. They're probably saying, just get it back to the dock. Let's get in the truck. Let's strategize. Let's get the paper and pencil out. And I'm going to try and jump right into that conversation and see what I can find out.
Well, if anybody can convince them that this will be a big secret just between you and them, it would be you, Chip.
Well, or they see me coming up the truck and they throw me out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not the first time that would happen, quite frankly.
No, not even today.
By the way, congratulations again. Another fabulous drive of the vintage boat, the Blue Blaster. Again, I know it meant a lot to you to be able to do that, and we just congratulate you. Hats off to you. You had a lot of people up here applauding you as you went by.
Yeah, that was great. Just great.
Well, this whole thing had nothing to do with me. I was just a taxi driver. This was about Bill Muncie, Bill's family, the original crew that built that boat, Jim Lucero and his gang, and this group from the Hydroplane Museum who worked 4.5 years to make this happen. So I couldn't be happier for all those people, and I hope Bill is looking down on this race course. Probably mad at me that I'm driving his boat. I just hope he got to see it.
So there's the Oberto. We'll see the lid come flipping up here shortly as it will slide into the finger pier at Stan Sayers Pits here along the shores of Lake Washington. And again, if you've been out much of the day, you're just joining us, it has been a truly spectacular day. Weather-wise, performance-wise, exciting racing, and we're not through yet. Blue Angels were great. The applause coming from Jimmy Shane, and yeah, you deserve a hand, young man, as you've come away the unofficial winner here of Heat 3B. We're going to get with Jimmy just as soon as he climbs out of the boat. Alexis Smith will have him there along the dock.
Take a good look at this kid. He's got it all. He's the whole package. He's a great driver. He's smart. He's great with the media. He could be the future face of where the sport is going.
And you know, he's from a racing family. Chip, you know Kelly Shane, his older sister, his mom and dad, Robin Shane, and they are all racers. They've all won national championships, mom and dad and Kelly and Jim as well. This is a full racing family.
I'm glad my family wasn't like that because it would lead to horrible arguments at Thanksgiving dinner. You cut me off in Madison. But, this crop of drivers is so talented. J. Michael Kelly, John Zimmerman. I'm going to get in trouble because I can't mention everybody, but I've never seen the sport so deep in talent in the boat and also outside of the boat as representatives.
And one of those talented drivers is with our Alexis Smith almost as we speak. There he is, Jimmy Shane.
He's making his way off the boat to get a little choppy out here. Congratulations, Jimmy. I imagine you got to be pretty happy with that run.
Oh, that was a great run. That's exactly what we wanted to go out there to do in that heat. I thought that my timing marks were pretty good. I thought the other guys were up there again pretty early, and it worked out for the best.
All right, so we're anticipating another showdown in the final. What's the plan? Gonna try and get that inside lane again, I imagine?
Absolutely. You know, it's going to be such a competitive final. The 1 guys, the 9 guys, the 7, the 11, they've all shown their speed this weekend, and we're looking forward to a great, great show in the final.
All right, good luck to you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
He is mature beyond his 28 years, driving boats for 20 years of those. J. Michael Kelly now is with our Chris Francis. The Graham Trucking boat finished number 2 today.
Steve, I think you guys hit it right on the head. Once they realized they couldn't get that inside position, you kind of didn't want to show your hand there. You're waiting for the final here. We all are.
You know, it's all about the final. We did our job this weekend with the Graham Trucking boat. We got 2 firsts and a second, so really not that bad. Should obviously put us in the final, and you know that was our main goal here, to get the Graham Trucking U1 up in there, and you know, give it a shot for the final. Got Rob Graham and these guys, and I got an amazing race boat, and you know, I think we'll be a little quicker in the final. You just can't, like you said, you can't show all your cards at once, and you know, but we're happy with second place finish.
Is it all about the start? I mean, are you kind of, do you think more about it? Are you upset about the way you started this one, or how does that work?
Well, yeah, a little bit. We were a little off on our marks, and I could have probably done something a little different to secure lane 1, but at the same time, you know, it's just I mean, it's a heat. I mean, yeah, it matters. You know, we got to gain as many points as we can. If Alberto goes out and beats us, they gain 100 points on us. It needs to be the other way around. We need to beat them every time we run against them and gain those points that we've missed from missing heats and stuff. And but you know what? At the end of the day, the finals what we're here for. We want to come home with this away with the Seafair trophy, and you know, and we got a boat that can do it. We're just gonna have to really strategize and get that number 6 boat on the outside, and maybe far outside, and we'll be in good shape.
They're going to huddle up, guys. And Steve, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do, actually. I know that. And, and Chip will probably stick his head in that huddle before it's all over.
Right.
J. Michael Kelly, the winner of the Madison Regatta this season, is looking to put another win on his mantelpiece, and he's getting closer to that. Here we are. The results of Heat 3B, unofficial as they are, but I think this is the way it's going to end up. Alberto, Graham Trucking, Performance Tools, Boitano Homes, Sahara Pizza, and Bucket List Racing. Those the results of Heat 3B, brought to you by Albert Lee Appliance, celebrating 75 years.
Heat 3B in the Albert Lee Appliance Seafair Cup is presented by Electrolux and Frigidaire. Find great savings on Electrolux and Frigidaire appliances at Albert Lee. And is presented for Seafair by your Western Washington Hyundai dealers.
Next up, Heat 3B, sponsored by Western Washington Hyundai dealers. Here to make the presentation is Brett Solomon from Hyundai. Brett, if you would, present the trophy to the winner of Heat 3B, Jimmy Shane, driver of the 6 Alberto. Gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Brett, as he said, and I'm with the Western Washington Hyundai dealers, and we're very proud to present Jimmy Shane with the trophy for winning Heat 3B of the Alberto racing team. Nice job, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to the Western Washington Hyundai dealers for sponsoring Heat 3B. It's wonderful to be racing here in Seafair in front of this humongous crowd. Thanks to Alberto, thanks to my crew, thanks to my family. My little guy Colton is at home right now. It's a little hot for him to be out here, so I want to say hi to Colton. Hopefully I get to come back up here and say hi to him again later today. So thank you everyone for coming out. Thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to Seafair. What a great event. Let's keep it going for the final.
Thank you, John and Jimmy.